Today I have Amanda Denise. She's a former TV news reporter and anchor with ABC and Fox affiliates. She's the creator of Cold and Untold, a true crime multimedia platform that highlights cold cases in North Carolina. Good morning, Amanda. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. Thank you so much for having me on this morning.
Thank you for joining us. So, how can storytelling help solve cold cases?
Yes, so storytelling activates public memory, right? So, as a journalist and as a podcaster, you conduct these interviews, you gather the facts, and you create these stories and turn them into compelling narratives for your listeners or viewers. And so, what that does is that it sparks conversations, right? So, when people hear these cases, it may bring back memory if it happened in your community. And the goal is to hopefully generate new leads for law enforcement, right? So when people hear these cases and start talking about them, then that's a way for these victims to be remembered and to remind people that, hey, these families still need answers, these victims still need justice, and to come forward with answers if they know them.
Now, what are some of the cold cases featured on your podcast?
Yeah, so one in particular that really stands out to me is the case of a young man who attended A&T State University in Greensboro, North Carolina. He was 22 years old and he moved from New York just to attend that school. And he was shot at close range in the breezeway of his apartment complex. Now, this is a case that the investigator has told me personally, like, hey, we really need somebody with information to come to us. No matter how small you think it is, if you know something, please let us know. And I have built relationships with these family members, right? So his mom said to me, something that resonates with me always is that I sent my kid away to school not knowing that he would come back to me in a body bag. And so these families still need us. They still need support from the community, the media, and law enforcement.
Now, how can advocacy help bridge the gap between law enforcement and cold case families?
Well, advocacy can help unveil the challenges that each party faces, right? So we know that, yes, these cases may have been unsolved for years or decades, but they are still considered to be open investigations. And so there are some things that law enforcement can't tell the family. However, if a family member reaches out to you for an update, and even if you don't have an update, I would encourage them to still be open and transparent. Many of these family members have said, oh, I don't think they care because they have not responded to me. But they rather hear something than to not hear something at all. So just helping each of them understand the challenges that they face.
Now, how important is community engagement when it comes to solving cold cases?
Community engagement is very important. Listen, we live in the era, of social media, and many times there are missing persons flyers posted. There are so many groups dedicated to cold cases, and investigators too. They post different things to their agencies' platforms. So when you have people engaging on those posts, it one increases reach, but it also gets people talking. And I don't know how many times I've come across a comment that says, oh, I thought this case was solved, or I remember this case, or oh my goodness. And so, again, just sparking that memory, these conversations. And one sure way to make sure cases stay cold is to stop talking about them. And so, we want to keep them in the public eye and remind people every single day that these cases need attention.
Now, can you describe the mental health toll unresolved cases have on families?
Oh, well, the unknown for many of them is what stings the most. One case in particular that sticks out to me is a missing woman who disappeared back in 1996. And her daughter was 16 at the time when she disappeared. Now she's an adult and she's married with her own kids herself, but she feels guilty. Sometimes she feels guilty for not looking into her mom's case more, for not having answers, for not knowing where she is. And then her kids are asking questions too. So this just sticks with them throughout their entire life, especially when you don't have any answers.
Now, what is next for you and for Cold and Untold?
Yes, thank you so much for that question. So, season two of the Cold and Untold podcast will be coming out this year. And also, we have a book in the works. So, it's called Cold and Untold Unresolved Stories of the Vanished and Murdered in North Carolina. And these are just short stories of unsolved cases in North Carolina. Each case will have their own chapter. I speak with the family who lets me into their lives. I speak with investigators who have experiences with investigating cold cases. And this is just another way to bring awareness awareness of these cases. So we're excited about that.
Great. I've been speaking with Amanda Denise. She's the creator of Code and Untold. Thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend.
Yes, thank you so much and have a good day.
You too.